Fish! Come on, we gotta catch him!
Let's move.
It's a tight squeeze. Maybe if I just wriggle sideways a little.
Ow, Ron, you're crushing my feathers.
Sorry, I shouldn't have stuffed my pockets with those Cocoa Fudge bars.
Don't worry, Chicken Little. We are right behind you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Chicken Little. We are doing the backyard bonanza or whatever after that nice little sped up movie scene. Hope that doesn't bother people. I don't know, should I leave them in? Cause like I said, for a couple of different reasons, both for saving time and also not having to deal with copyright stuff, which I may end up having to anyway, you never know. I just don't feel like including the whole things. But they do give some context to the events between a lot of levels. And, you know, if you're if you're weird and are watching a Let's Play to actually see what happens in the game, then I don't want to ruin that for you. But at the same time, I want to keep things moving and not have any problems, so whatever. Anyways, yeah, we're chasing the ghostly alien light that captured fish through all of these people's backyards, and apparently all of these people bought a lifetime supply of Chicken Little bully bots. It really is crazy how this movie is essentially just about everybody shitting on this child. Just this like 12-year-old boy who, again, you know, I guess he doesn't diagnose the problem correctly because he says the sky is falling, which is pretty stupid, but I mean, if you literally see a chunk of sky, like a metal plate of sky, hit you in the face, I don't know what much else you could surmise from that. So I you know, I have some sympathy for CL. Does no one just call him Chicken? Like, do you have to say Chicken Little every time? Because that's stupid. I'm not doing it yet, but I really love smashing all those carrots. I'm guessing they're carrots. Whatever, you know. I don't know what they are. They look like carrots to me. And they make a nice sound when you hit them. Yeah, it's a nice crunchy sound. I don't know why they don't give you anything. They should give you something. Some sort of reward for crunching the carrots. And here's me being confused. You have to go up on that ledge and then do the swingy thing. I just have no brain and was like, and then I thought you had to do it here, but you don't. And then I saw the twinkly lights and I was like, oh shit, I need to go over there, but you can't get over there. But I figured it out eventually, me from the past, and by the past I mean about 45 minutes ago when I was recording this gameplay. And then I have to do it again anyway because I fucked it up. I think. Or maybe I don't. Okay. I thought this was the one where I accidentally Chicken Little just decided to not grab the pole and just, you know, fly off the thing. I'm getting a lot better at fucking up these robot boys, because they're pretty erratic with how they jump. I mean, I know there's a pattern, and this area here pissed me off, because this looks like a place where you would put something, am I wrong? And I was noticing that in a lot of areas in this level and a couple other levels in this game, and it's something I've noticed in a few different, like, platforming games, and that is, like, these spaces that they're not just, like, big open spaces, because I know that there are some games that have that criticism, is that there's just a bunch of space where there's nothing, but I think that empty space can be used effectively. I don't know how to get that baseball card up there. I think you have to jump on top of this pole and then do the Y button grapple thing, but I didn't feel like trying to do it, so sorry. Not a completionist run. I do try to get all of the cards if I can, just because it's cool. I honestly don't know what they do. I forget, and I've never beaten this game, so I've never played to the end. I've gotten pretty close to the end, but haven't gotten there. I was streaming it a while ago in the summer. But yeah, there were a lot of places where I think you could hide something, and I don't even mean something like cool or super consequential, like some sort of extra or whatever, but just, you know, just put something, even if it's like a few acorns or whatever. Just you know, fill the world that you make. Yeah, here's where he just didn't do it. It's awesome. Chicken Little is so fucking small. He's really tiny. We're not fucking around. He is a small guy. He barely gets any, like, height when he jumps. I mean, that was a double jump and pull yourself up level jump right there. Was that little, like, nothing thing. Like, fuck. I thought I was small. Maybe that's why I liked the movie when I was a kid. I identified with someone, small and not taken seriously. Not that being taken seriously was a big concern of mine as a child. I like the yo-yo power-up thing. Whenever I play through the beginning of this game, I instinctively try to use it because it's a good move and they should just give it to you at the beginning. But, you know, there's got to be a sense of progression for the kiddies. I like these rocks that you can break. But, I don't know, like, if you're gonna bother with all these moves, you might as well just either do all of them at once and then get more creative with them as you go, or, like, space them out one at a time. Because there's plenty of, like, platforming sections with Chicken Little. There's at least one every, like, 4 or 5 levels, so... I like that sound that it makes when you press a button when you can't do anything with it. I don't know how to describe it. But, yeah. There are a lot of sound effects that are, like, iconic and very recognizable, and I can hear them very well in my head when I think of them, and, like, I know what kind of scenarios you use them in. They're just, like, sound effects, like stock ones. And I cannot conceive of how they were made. Like, I think I mentioned in one of my SpongeBob LPs, the sound that's frequently used in both the show... Oh, yeah. This. Fucking amazing save. Have no idea how that happened, but I definitely was gonna fall in the water and die. It's used often in SpongeBob, both the show and the games, usually when someone, like, grimaces, and I don't even want to attempt to imitate it, because, like, blah, it's just like this, it's like a womp kind of sound, a womp sound, like a womp womp, is what I was, but not with 2 womps, and it has, like, like a squish, it's like a squish-y sound. I hope someone knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe I can find the sound effect and put it in the video, but I probably won't go to that effort. But yeah, don't know how that was made, and don't know how that little bing, that little weird boing sound that it makes when you press a button when you can't do anything with it in this game. Don't know how they make that either, but I would like to know. There was a time in my life when I was a child when I wanted to be a Foley artist. I went through a lot of different potential careers in my head when I was younger. For a while, wanted to be a teacher. That honestly was probably like one of the... If I had gone through with it, probably would have gone better than most of the other ones. There was a hot second where I thought I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I learned A, what going to space means, and B, that you have to be good at math, and I was like, well, fuck that. There was another time where I wanted to be a marine biologist, because I liked Finding Nemo. And, honestly, that wouldn't have been terrible, but like, and as far as being interesting, because I could definitely see myself, like, getting interested and like, what word am I looking for? Engrossed in marine biology as a discipline, but just the kind of work you would do, like, what would I do if I'm a researcher? Like, I have friends who do scientific research, and it sounds boring as fuck. It's writing papers and waiting for grants, and you don't do anything for 90% of it, and that doesn't sound fun. And then otherwise it's like educator or, you know, what, I don't know what the fuck marine biologists do, but it wasn't whatever cool shit that I was probably thinking of when I was going to the aquarium and thinking, alright, I could fucking swim with those guys and figure out their names. But one time I wanted to be a Foley artist, which would have been dope if I had really pursued that career, and honestly it's not completely off the table now, but I feel like I would have to start specializing in specific things pretty quickly and, you know, build up a repertoire before I could just go right into it. But for those who don't know, a Foley artist is basically the sound effects person. I usually conceive of it as for animated movies. I know that live-action movies have them, but obviously there's a lot more on-site sound in live-action movies because, you know, there's a site that you can be on, unlike in an animated movie. But specifically, they're in, like, a big room. It's not like a sound designer. It's you're in a big room with a lot of different objects and stuff, and you're watching along with animated footage and making the sounds. And so, like, there's one in Monsters, Inc. with Sully and Mike's feet, and they're just, like, putting different things on their hands and, you know, patting on the ground as one would walk, with different textures and on different types of floor. And it just seemed really cool, and it still seems really cool. But I don't really know how to get into the game doing that from now, so I don't know.
Come on! Wait! Wait!
That part's funny. I like that Runt is a big fatty. Sorry. And yeah, here is a 50-minute long scene from the movie where the aliens show up. I almost don't want to speed this one up because this is one of the, like, actually cool parts of this movie. I actually, to this day, still really like the aliens from this movie. I mean, their, like, motivations and shit are, I guess I won't spoil it, is really dumb. But yeah, it's really stupid. Like, the reason why they're invading Earth is, like, shit. Well, I mean, I guess the reason why they're invading Earth, but, like, what their whole deal is... Oh, hey, here's the epic line.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, that was the line that all of the children thought was hilarious when this movie came out. And by all of the children, I mean me.
We're toast! Oh, I have to go! I'm allergic to extraterrestrial radiation!
What's it saying?
I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't understand. Pilot not recognized. Pilot certification required. Initializing pilot certification.
Chicken Little's face is so funny in this.
We're doomed!
This is the only way.
It's not awful character, like, design and animation for a 2005 license game, but whatever. Anyway, here's a random spaceship shooting thing. It will not be the last. And I think these might be one of the reasons that this game has so much goodwill, because I also know that people really love Chicken Little Ace in Action, which was the sequel game to this that's based on the movie within the movie at the end of Chicken Little, where it's like the action hero version of him known as Ace something, and like all of the other guys. And I have played that game. I never beat it, but I got decently far in it when I owned it. I don't think it's that great, but it is more of an action-adventure shooter type thing than a platformer, and it has a lot of, like, space shooting elements such as this in it, and I don't know, people really like that game. But I wanted to say earlier, one game that I think really does not have the problem that this and other games sometimes have of a lot of wasted space where there's like nooks and crannies where it looks like there should be something, is Mario Odyssey. Which I've been playing lately, because that one really, for one thing, pretty much everything that you see, any like specific item or structure, there's something to do, usually involving getting a moon there, and so that's cool. And they're just really good at filling up the world, and then just on top of that with the like enemy possession element, it just expands like the player's interaction with the world so thoroughly and like in a unique way, and kind of gets you to like rethink how you interact with a typical Mario level. And I mean, that's why I like the Mario games, is because they're really about like the experiential part of video games, and I think focusing on those core elements is one of the main reasons why they're usually really good. So that's my little thing about Mario Odyssey. It's a good game. I'd love to let's play it someday, but that's a little bit down the road. I have one 3D Mario game that I want to do before that, at least. I'd like to beat it 100% at least once before attempting to do so on an LP, and I also need a capture card to record the Switch. But I need a capture card to record the other ones that I want to do too, so, well, not all of them, but some of them. So, yeah. Anyway, gonna let this cutscene ride out. We are now going into the spaceship. This is where we're going into the cool zone, both with the movie and with the game. So, enjoy that. Okay, I'll see you next time.
Just rest here for a minute. Breathe.
Oh, man! Oops! Chicken Little, come quick!
Huh?
Chicken Little!